Everyone, and thanks for joining us on this gorgeous Thursday.
Wonderful. It's beautiful.
I've been out in meetings all morning and it's been absolutely gorgeous outside.
I thought it was a little rainy, muggy, gross. I got to get back outside.
I like those days. That's what it's all about. I can't. Yesterday I left. It was probably about 4 o'clock or something, and it was like 85. Killed me. It was like, it was too hot.
Yeah.
But it's not hot out there today. It's high 80s and hot and muggy.
Muggy.
No, it doesn't feel like that for me. I'm just telling
Really?
you.
Yesterday it felt like that.
Okay.
Hey, before we jump into another Table Talk discussion, we'd like to remind you can still purchase a ticket for a chance to win the beautiful St. Jude Dream Home.
That's right, and each ticket is $100, and all the proceeds will benefit children with life-threatening illnesses. So please buy a ticket to ensure that the parents of these sick children never have to receive a bill.
So tune in here to ABC 36 on June 29th. We're going to raffle off this house. Now, only a limited number of tickets are being sold. So right now, call and get yours. The number, it's there on your screen. Again, 1-800-382-7512. We're going to head in there and get some more information on the home and all the wonderful work happening at St. Jude. Coming up a little bit later in the show, but there they are in the phone bank. Make those phones ring, guys.
All right.
That's what we like to see live in Studio B, and those phones ring, and we know you're out there to help all those gorgeous children
That's
that just
right.
need a helping hand. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about. Speaking of helping hands, I wanted to ask you, do you women feel like you overcommit yourselves with expectations?
Yes. What about you, Katie? Because you were kind of thinking about it.
I don't think I do, in terms of, I know this article that we're talking about,
Yeah.
and I've seen it shared a lot on Facebook, and
Yeah.
I don't think I do, but I think that it changes, this article gets into places you are in life.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. At the helm of fashion's most iconic magazine for 25 years, former editor-in-chief of Vogue, her name is Alexandria, is in London Vogue. She's an obvious champion for women with ambitions. And raising her son as a single working mother for 19 years, of that time, she basically says she's at the forefront of women who juggle career and motherhood. But she's basically gone on and said that she believes women are overcompensating for their historical limits, and has gone on to say men can't also have it all. She's gone on and said in this article that she believes, as a single mother, an editor of a major magazine in London, that women cannot have it all. I want to know what having it all is.
Yeah.
Well, I think
What is that?
I think that's the key.
Yes.
What is having it all? So
Right.
if having the extreme of these different things, you know, obviously you can't be a stay-at-home mom and full-time and whatever, but maybe having it all is you're just still a great mother and you have a great career, and balancing it. I think having it all,
Well, I want to know
I
what...
think you can have it all.
Yeah.
Not to certain extremes, but I
Yep.
think you can.
Well, and I think that's the key right there, the balance between the two. I remember when I was working the corporate job full-time, 2-hour away territory, and I would have to drive 2 hours
I thought
there,
you meant 2
2
hours a
back.
day. I'm like,
Yeah, whoo,
full
that
time. Full time, my dear.
No, my territory, I had to drive 2 hours to
Wow.
get to my territory, 2 hours to get home. So it was,
That's
I mean,
tough.
yeah, and I was doing that every single day. So, and then plus having to balance that with the family and the kids and trying to get to some of the kids' events, I mean, that was almost impossible. So, but finding that balance is what I think is really the key. And I think women so much want to have the balance that sometimes they're pushing themselves too far to even have the balance. Sometimes you just have to say no. I can't do it. I can't do that.
I'm still, neither one of you have really answered me yet. I want to know what women believe. Well, actually, I won't say women, I'll say this lady said women can't have it all. So I'm thinking, by her saying that, a career woman, she means a full-time job,
Yes.
being a parent, financially successful, going on lovely holidays. Like, I'm thinking that's what she's meaning.
Yes.
Is she saying that it's impossible for women? But she also goes on to say that also men have created such women have created such impossible standards for themselves. So what I'm trying to understand is are women saying that they can have it all, and now they've overcommitted?
Yes, that's how I take that,
Yeah.
to say, because you know, we're kind of, it's almost at a point now where we're kind of expected to do all this. We're expected to have
puts that on you?
Well, it's ourselves.
Yeah.
It really is. And you know, I've come to find that I really couldn't have it all. I mean, I really couldn't, and keep the stress level at a manageable level. I mean, it's just when you're trying to have it all, the stress is so overwhelming that it's destructive to your body, your health, and all of that. So you have to minimize it.
I think, and it's interesting that she did say the same thing for men, but we see all the time in these articles that women can or cannot have it all. But then what we're referring to is things that men do every day, and no one says men have it all. And no one has ever said, oh, I don't know if that man can have it all. And if that just means a good job, have family, and all these things, why do we phrase it to women having it all when a man, it's just like normal life? Like,
as the man of the table, laugh. Insert laugh. I think men can't have that label because when I say this, as we know in society, most of the men go to work. They're not at home. They don't go to work, race home, take care of the kids, go and do the clean the house.
Exactly.
They don't do
That's what I
all
was
those
thinking.
extra things. Some men do.
Some
of course.
do, is
Let's
what
just
I'm
say
saying,
that.
though. Like, some do.
You don't hear that saying. Someone said to me just recently that the reason why I took this and ran with this myself is because someone said to me just recently, they said, you've got everything, you have the perfect life. I think, really? Is that what you think of the perception of me?
well, that's why you're saying it's so different. What is having it all? Because
Exactly.
then, you know, according to this article and other things, well, you're not married and you don't have kids.
No.
To some people, you don't have it all until you have a family too. And I just think it just depends person to person, you know, because you may feel like you have it all. You don't want, you know,
Yeah.
But I also
a wife
think
or-
women out there, not all women, and so I don't want to make this a generalized sweeping statement, but I do feel that the women that I've met over the years, and remember that I was in the beauty industry for 20 years, I've met a lot, that they put it on themselves by trying to overachieve or overdo the things just so they can look as if they have it all.
Yes.
I think it's the pressure.
Yeah.
You don't see men doing that because they don't have to race home and do the kids and as many things as women do. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see, you know, I do see men doing that. And they're just, you know, but they still have the fallback of their wife, you
Yes,
know,
exactly,
to
exactly.
you know, take care of the details.
Okay, well, here's something a little bit more interesting that, you know, you can still have it all, let me tell you, but unfortunately, you're spending 10 minutes a day, every day, searching through your handbag. What?
Yes.
There is a new survey going out that basically is saying that 34% of women spend a whopping 81 days over their lifetime searching through their handbag. Now, here's the thing. You girls with our floor crew to get your handbags. Can we bring them out? And I just want to see what's in the handbags.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm joking.
I was going to have a heart attack.
We will do that one day. The floor crew were like, oh, we got the handbags? I do find this interesting because I look at some of my girlfriends and I think, how do you find anything in that bag?
You don't. I mean, seriously, I struggle all the time. When you brought this in our meeting, I thought that is hilarious because
Yeah.
I dig through my purse constantly throughout the day. So when it all adds up to 81 days in an
Of your
entire
life, which-
lifetime, I just think that's hilarious.
well, I have to
You
say,
got a clean handbag?
well, I have a very small handbag. I keep a large bag that I put like my makeup and hair stuff in for work.
In a separate
That's what
tote.
you see me like walking
Yeah.
around with. But my actual like purse handbag is very small, and I did kind of downsize a few years ago consciously
That's smart.
because I was walking around with like an increasingly larger suitcase of stuff
Right,
daily.
right.
So I have a small,
And it
small
kills your
bag,
shoulder,
'cause I
too,
just
when you
take
have
too
so
much
much stuff.
Well, it basically, I found this fascinating. I know it sounds crazy. It says the number of women who spend 10 minutes every day searching through their handbags
That'd be me.
at 18.5% waste 162 days of their life, and 3.7% of women said they knew where to find everything. So what they're saying is you could just go like that, pull out your pen, and there it is, 3.7. What I did also find interesting, the average price range for a handbag is $100, okay? And women spend between $100 and $300 on a handbag. Just 7% spend $300 to $500, and the other 1% spend between $500 to $1,000. What I found interesting though is you only tell your husband or your significant other if it's the first one. Only spending $100 on a
Yes,
handbag.
yeah, we talked
Anything
about
more
that.
than that, and you don't tell anyone anything.
Doesn't that refer back
I
to
only
the
buy-
marriage infidelity,
Yes.
the financial infidelity
Yeah.
that we were talking about yesterday?
But what I find interesting is I see everyone walking around with these Michael Kors handbags, and you know they're Michael Kors because they've got the MK little
Yeah.
jingle thing, and aren't they about $200-300?
Yeah.
Yeah, so some
at
of them
least.
are like they're expensive handbags,
Uh-huh.
and I see them everywhere. No, that they either they're copies or. You know, you're
Yeah.
fessing up to your husband and saying you're buying these. But we said yesterday, talking about financial issues in a marriage, would you tell your husband if you bought? You said you would, at about 500, you would sort of have a phone call.
Absolutely, yeah. I do. I tell him. I mean, you know, he knows that I like Coach purses. So, you
Yeah.
know, when I go shopping and I go to, let's say, the outlet mall and I'm going to the Coach shop, he knows he's in for about at least $200. I would say on
Okay.
that visit.
I would never spend more than $30 on a handbag.
Hey,
I just wouldn't.
we know that.
What about Marshalls, TJ Maxx? I
We
mean,
know
I
that.
just would never.
You're the girl that buys a handbag. For
Let
the
us
season
know
and
on
throws it
Facebook. I
out.
have to know if people are really spending this amount of money on
Well, they are.
purses.
It's- the survey
please
says.
go over to the Midday Facebook page and tell us how much you'd be willing to spend.
Okay, so we want to
on a
touch on this
handbag.
topic. We all know Katie's off to her brother's wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
And, you know, Katie and I, we eat too much, people. Skinny Minnie over
yeah.
here drives us insane.
Yeah.
So Katie's been dieting
Yeah, so-
to get into the outfit this weekend.
So you guys know
It
over the
hasn't
past
worked, has it,
few
Boo?
months I've been talking about trying to lose weight for my brother's wedding this weekend. I'm
That
a
you almost
bridesmaid.
weren't invited to.
No, I almost wasn't a bridesmaid. I was always invited.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I couldn't quite fit into the dress, so I was trying to diet, and they would, of course, last one day, and then I said, well, I'm going to start tomorrow, and, you know, tomorrow never comes. So currently, I have a lovely woman altering my dress to be a little larger, but yeah, I think like that happens to a lot of us. You know,
It does.
you try to lose weight for an event or
Oh,
something
yeah.
big, and you just
Listen,
don't.
I've got an event next week, and I'm like, what suit am I going to wear?
Yeah, and so, but now I'm thinking, I wanted to look good because I'm going to have these pictures my whole life, or the duration of their marriage,
Okay,
hopefully
well, you
my
found-
whole life.
you
So
found some
now,
tips.
well, listen, so now I'm thinking, how am I going to look good in these
Yeah, good.
photos? So I was Googling online, and I wanted to share with everyone how to look your best in photos. And they say, here are 5 tips. Stick your chin out and put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. That will bring in the double chin. Dress accordingly. They say try to wear one color, patterns not flattering. Avoid direct sunlight. Turn your body slightly to the side, and they said position your arms so that you can see a gap between your arm and your waist. And my favorite one here that actually, Troy, you had told me from your years in the beauty industry, putting your tongue on the roof of your mouth, it makes a dramatic difference.
It made a huge difference. I never heard of this before. And Troy, you did
Yeah.
it during the meeting.
I
Do
know.
it. Do it.
Well, if we zoom in on camera 1, it's going to be a bad look.
Do it to Troy.
So
Do it
here
to
it is
Troy.
here. So you can see under here.
Wait, we're
just
not zoomed
zoom
in yet.
a little bit more.
But you can do
it's
it
gonna be
smiling
ugly. You
or
can do it
staying.
smiling. We do it for our photo. Go
Okay,
see
we're
it.
good.
See the difference? Isn't that amazing? I think that's
Gosh,
awesome.
I'm so fat, people.
Well, so the problem is, though, we were both
And we
doing
should
this
have
for
done
a
that camera. I've got a
promo.
pimple.
We were both doing this for a promo, and then you can't breathe while you're
No.
doing it. So we were like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
you can't breathe.
it's funny because I remember you make sounds if you're trying to hold it, and without being, I am being a name dropper. Elle McPherson, the famous model, I used to do her hair in Australia for shoots, and we were on a shoot, and I kept hearing this. I'm thinking, she's dying on me. And she
snorting.
was literally pulling the tongue to the top of her mouth to get that jawline look, and she always looks stunning. So it works, people.
Wow.
Well, I hope it
but what
works
I find-
miracles for me.
It is, huh?
I hope it works miracles for me.
Or just get the full body Spanx, babe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Trust us. We understand how you all feel. It's the Chick-fil-A that we stuff down our
I
faces
know.
every
I
day.
can't give it up. It's so
just too
good.
much. Hey, stick around, everyone, after the break. We will sit down with Amy Ketchum from St. Jude to talk about some exciting